Jane Myring. I am a lifelong resident. At the moment, I am a little disturbed on all the publicity we're getting that isn't to my expectations of being good. Now,
Honorable Mayor, City Councilman, and Councilwoman, lately there are a lot of bad publicity on the City of Almani. City of Almani is a highly taxed city in terms of sales tax and property tax. And it's almost on the verge of insolvency. Firing these 14 guards won't help. And besides, their offense is not severe enough to warrant their termination.
Hello, I'm here representing Almani High School Cheer. We're here to speak about bringing back the 14 lifeguards that were fired, and particularly one person, Gabriel Gonzalez, which is the head cheer coach for Almani High School. He was a manager fired for simply posting the video on his Facebook page. He did nothing wrong and absolutely did not deserve this embarrassment. Ever since I've known Gabriel Gonzalez, he has done nothing but good for the city of Almani. He has, for the last 6 years, volunteered his time with youth, schools, and of course the Aquatic Center. All of his spare time has been spent on contributing his time to helping his community. He is a wonderful role model and deserves to be reinstated. I hope.
Good evening. I'm Biani Munoz, and I am a part of the swim team. I've been swimming there for 11 years, and it was hard for me to see them. Some of them are my fellow swimmers. They used to swim with me back when I was 6 years old. So I was pretty sad to see them go. And I was the one that started the petition that asked to rehire our lifeguards. We have currently 12,671 signatures, and this petition is growing. I have the petition here if you want to see this.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Tam, and I have been a lifeguard at the Almani Aquatic Center for the past 4 years, and I was recently fired for being a part of this video. First of all, I would like to say, swimming has been a passion of my life since I was 5 years old when I started being in the swim team. And I love teaching kids. I love being in the water, Teaching the kids was the best thing ever to happen to me, and to lose that part of my life, that's really terrible. Now, we made this video without the intent to badmouth Almani. We never wanted to harm the community or tarnish the city's name. We just wanted to finish off the summer with a fun activity that all the lifeguards could participate in. That being said, I will read the mission statement from the City of Almani Human Resources Department's website. The mission of the City of Almani Human Resources Department is to hire quality employees who meets the needs of the city and to enhance the workplace for all employees through creative and cost-effective personal services, making the City of Almani a great place to work. First of all, I would like to address the city's statement on hiring quality employees who meet the needs of the city. All of the employees that were fired are definitely quality employees. Multiple guards of the 14 have received awards given by the same management that terminated us, such as Natalie Chong, who received Instructor of the Year this year, Louis Alvera, who received Rookie of the Year this year, Toby Han, who has received both Lifeguard of the Year and Instructor of the Year in previous years. The list goes on, but my point is that the city fired these quality employees who have served the community for many years, only to replace them in the water with cashiers and rec leaders. I'm not speaking with the intent to badmouth the cashiers or rec leaders, but it's not only unfair to the parents and children who pay for lessons for their kids to be with trained, confident instructors, but it's not fair to the cashiers or rec leaders to be forced in the water when they barely had enough time to train and get comfortable in the water, confident enough to teach young children these water and safety skills. Secondly, I would like to highlight the mission statement in the segment that states that they want to enhance the workplace for all employees through creative and cost-effective personnel services. The tone of our video fosters a healthy environment for employees to work in. Most responses to the video has been that it's a fun video that shows that the employees of the Aquatic Center are friendly, not only to the public, but to each other as well, therefore advocating a friendlier Almani. We believe that this video could have been promotes positivity and creativity, characteristics that are emphasized in the Human Resources mission statement, but frankly, these characteristics do not seem to be practiced by the City of Almani. After examining this mission statement, I have concluded that the termination and the negative responses we have received contradicts what the city has stated in their mission statement about the type of employees and working environment that they want. What I want to underscore is that Almani produced this type of mission statement only to contradict said statement in the actions they made against us. So how is the city able to ask their employees to hold themselves at a higher standard when they cannot even uphold their own standards? Thank you.
Thank you. William Torres. William Torres.
Good evening, Council. I want to make a few comments before I read some facts here. Regarding classes being taught at the Aquatic Center, I'm very happy to say that you do have an instructor trainer, the volunteer, that is following proper procedures for teaching courses, and I'll leave it at that, and you have my information, and we can go into detail later because I only have 3 minutes. The professional lifeguard, I'm going to highlight some things. Being a lifeguard requires maturity, professionalism, and competence in specialized rescue techniques, enforcing facility rules and regulations, educating patrons about them is a professional lifeguard. We also have reliable lifeguards. This is also a professional characteristics. Arrive at work, accept assignments willingly, be committed to your work, and respond to all incidents quickly and effectively. Mature. Be a leader, but also be a good team member, act responsibly, take initiative, and obey all facility rules, leading others by example. Professionalism. Look professional and be prepared to respond appropriately to any situation. Wearing the lifeguard uniform only when on duty. Goes on. We have observing all facility rules and regulations and policies again. Okay. Lastly, we have common rules for all facilities, and this is from a manual coming, okay? Only swim in water while a lifeguard is on duty. I don't know about you, but I did not see a lifeguard on duty. If they all claim to be off the clock and off duty, so we're breaking a major rule. That's a liability for the city of Monte, and I hope you recognize that. Thank you very much, and I'll leave this on.
Please? Seriously? Come on. Up to this point, you've been very respectful of everyone. And if the argument here is we're all respectful, we treat each other well, then let's do that. We've been doing that. We've been listening to everybody. I don't agree with every person that's speaking here, but I'm going to listen. Please, let's just respect each other. Rebecca Bojorquez. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to, on behalf of the entire City Council, thank all of you. Those that are here visible in the room and those of you that are in the back that we heard clapping a few times. Are you still there? Thank you. Then outside and watching anywhere you're watching on this. First of all, I want to thank you on behalf of the entire City Council for expressing yourselves. I'd like to particularly thank the employees who came here because I know that you wanted a chance to be heard. And I'm glad that you had the opportunity tonight to express yourselves. Calling the meeting on Friday wasn't some nefarious effort to try to do something sinister, but rather to give you an opportunity to speak because we had received an email requesting a meeting. It was a email request to have a meeting with the staff, but it was of such a nature that we wanted to make sure that we afforded you the opportunity to speak to us. But you elected to speak tonight, which is fine. It's my understanding, too, that 9 of you at least had a chance to meet with the management, with the city manager, the management team, to express some of the concerns that you expressed here tonight as well. Tonight, there were many issues that were raised, and there are issues that will not be solved tonight, obviously. I think it's safe to say that you've given us a lot to consider and to look at. Whether you want us to take a look at our policies as we have them now, as we've been using them for the last few years, our procedures, management practices, the nature and extent of punishment, social media policy. There's quite a few things that we have to look into. And I think it's fair and safe to say that, and I will be asking our city manager if there's no objection from the council, that we engage in an independent review of the policies, the procedures, and everything related to this whole incident. Decisions that were made by the management team, decisions that helped create the kind of situation that we're in right now. An independent review that will give us a clear sense of what took place and how we can do. And I appreciate a number of you also said so this doesn't happen again. I think it's very important that we take a very good and thorough look at what happened so that we can avoid this from happening again. At the end of the day, our brand as a city has taken a big hit. And I don't think anybody on this dais wants anyone, wherever you are in the world, to perceive El Monte as unjust and unfair. We want to make sure that we treat all our employees with respect and with dignity, and that our employees treat each other with the same respect and dignity as well. And that's why it was so important to me as you're expressing yourselves that we follow that kind of decorum, because we're going to hear things that we may not want to hear sometimes. There are things that I heard tonight from some very determined residents that I may not want to hear. But I'm very glad that we have this forum and this opportunity to be heard. And that in and of itself is a lesson in civics and good civics for our city. So if there's no objection, I would like to request that we do an independent review of all the facts and policies and procedures and everything that took place with regards to this, and report back to the council as soon as possible so that we can get a very thorough understanding of what happened. We've been apprised and we've gotten bits and pieces, but we think it's important, or I believe it's important, that we get a very good, thorough understanding of everything that took place so that we can establish the right protocols for moving forward in the future. And I think those of you pointed out a few things too. You know that the way this city works, very much like so many other cities, where you have a city council, city manager form of government, and we entrust in our city manager and respective department heads, we give them the authority to basically make administrative decisions. Those decisions aren't vested in us. And you don't want that to happen, because if you have a city council that can hire anybody, or fire anybody for that matter, then things like corruption creep in. It happens. So we have a professional organization, and we entrust our city management team with those duties. We establish the rules of the road, and we expect that those rules of the road are adhered to by the management team. And that's part of this review, is to make sure that we have a good, thorough, independent assessment of what took place so we can make good decisions in the future. Does anyone else want to add anything before we move on with the meeting? No. All right, terrific. Thank you very much again. We're going to take